Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. So there's a wedding today, so this is why I had to move. But there's another wedding behind, so I don't know if you can hear it. Maybe you will listen to some music. Today the internet is going very, very bad, so I ask for patience. So in Egypt, there's no connection by cable to the internet, so everything is by Wi-Fi. So that's what we have. Try to put the video in the lower quality, and maybe you will receive the better sign signal. Sorry. So today we are in the Sacral chakra during the physical week in the month of Scorpio. Remember that we are not following the astrological calendars, that we are here following the Atlantean calendar for inner work. So I hope that you were able to read the blog today, or if you didn't, maybe later, so you have a support writing, the writing. So one of the main things that I wanted to say before we start about what I wrote is that all the examples and all the things that I write there is kind of for an auto-analysis. And so for them to help you to make your own questions. And also, I know that sometimes maybe it's like weird to hear someone that works for the consciousness saying that he thinks that it's not that whatever I am doing is not working or something like that. But what I guess is that for me it's very important to be sincere, to really express what I have been feeling, what I feel. And yeah, so I guess it's important to share that too. So clear about this is, for example, that I sometimes may write about things that makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, for example, maybe I would say I can't stand humans. Yes, like I can't stand humans, and that's what I feel. And what I feel is not what it really is. It's a perception from the inside. So this is why in the scripts I work myself to try to understand, why am I feeling that of the outside? Why am I perceiving this? What is within me that makes me perceive that in that way? Okay, so don't take all the inner process that I am showing like literally. Okay, because when I am describing about emotions, I am just talking about emotions, and they are just a perception from within. Okay, so related to this, is important to understand that everything that you may perceive from the outside, that you may feel that something, a situation or something that makes you feel bad is an emotion that you perceive from the point of view of the inside. So that's what we have to work with. And related to this, we go to the topic for today, which is depression. So as I am trying to be aligned with all the process that we are doing in order to explain about each issue, so the reason why I wrote about depression today is because I was feeling that depression today. So I could be more aligned with the matter we're going to talk about. And this is because, of course, if I would be here talking about depression, but jumping around and making jokes, that would be weird. I was about to say something and I forgot. When we are speaking, when we are speaking about people that is feeling sad and depressed, what we usually do, is to try to stop the other person to be feeling like this, like we want for people to feel happy because we feel uncomfortable. Nobody's listening. Okay. So what I was saying is that that we usually relate. We usually feel uncomfortable with when people is feeling bad, and we want for them to stop crying and to smile, and we say, stop crying, everything is going to be okay. So that's why we usually don't want for people to feel bad. So what we do in our life is trying to relate sadness, depression, anguish with all these emotions we want for people to be happy. Okay, so we usually don't want to speak about feeling bad. So what we usually do is that we speak about depression, giving advice to others once you are feeling fine. The person that is feeling perfectly, that says, oh, you have to do this and that, and it's perfect, and you will get away from that situation perfectly, and you give advice being happy. But what we don't usually do is to speak about these emotions from being within those emotions, from within. We usually speak about these emotions from outside and not from what you feel being in that state. So the thing that happens usually is that when we get into these situations of depression, we start to see everything blur. Like if you know your whole self is not willing to understand it. you don't want to understand it. And this feeling of being inside that darkness, it makes like if nothing has really meaning. There are some moments when in that depression, even if you know the meaning of the things, when you find the sense of things, not to give any meaning. Like if you rather feel depressed than having a meaning. So in that moment is when we can find two different ways of depression. One is the one that pushes from the outside towards us, and the other one is the one that is pushed by us from the within. Depression means to set a pressure that pushes us down, that comes from the outside, is when we feel the pressure of the world, of the people around. And this is the one that we usually call the unconscious depression. The unconscious depression would be the one from the outside, because unconscious needs polarity to create someone to blame of why you feel like that. Okay, so you blame someone because you or something because you are like this. So the unconscious that there are forces from the outside pushing me down, forces that I can blame for what is happening to me. And then we have the other depression, which is the conscious depression. And then we have this conscious depression. And the conscious depression would be the one when you recognize that there is no other, that there is no other people, because everything is one. And when you recognize that everything is one, so you are the only one responsible for the place where you are. for this position on being depressed is only you. We may think that to be conscious that being conscious, you cannot be depressed, because to be conscious is like to be happy, to be fine. But it's not like that, because consciousness is to be aware of what you feel, why you feel it. It's not to be enlightened. To be conscious is to be aware of the things that you are feeling, that you are. The conscious depression is very different from the unconscious depression, because this is a depression that you need, that you're willing to feel, that you need to perceive. So, as I said, this emotion, the depression, is something that somehow our soul, I want to feel this. I want this. I need to feel comfortable in this situation like that. And 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 it's very annoying when people says to you in that situation, you're gonna be better. You have to get outside from that. You have to feel happy. Don't worry, this will end. I don't know if it happened to you, but it's kind of annoying. And one of the things that happens to us is that somehow we need to touch the bottom of the darkness. Our soul needs to touch the bottom. Otherwise, it feels like if it cannot breathe, because it's not able to the feet before it jumps and goes up again. So we have an outer culture from the unconscious saying to us, this is a cycle. You have to go on. You have to move. You have to transform it, because this will keep going, and you will be able to do it. You can do it. So the culture, all the surroundings, is trying to take you out, so you feel free from that situation, from that emotion. But there's another part that says, yes, I know that I am going to make a cycle to move forward, but I need to touch the ground. I need to go deeper. And when I touch the bottom of it, everything loses meaning. And when you touch the bottom of the things, it's horrible, because everything loses meaning. Everything just doesn't have any meaning, any sense. It's horrible. And there is a moment in that situation that nothing has meaning at all. So we start to stop feeling everything. Like, I don't need anything else. I detach from everything. And suddenly you just say, if I have to die now, okay, I'm ready. So maybe there are people that have never felt this, and maybe there's people that feels this very often. The reason why we keep going constantly with this is because we are so concerned on trying to get out of that situation that we lose all the energy on trying to make the rest feeling fine, and you don't put the energy on going to the depth. When I put all my intentions on going down to the depths of my soul, I can find the reasons why I need this. The reasons why I am feeling like that. The soul needs depression in the same way as the universe needs to integrate, and the body needs to sleep, so it can wake up in the next day. The reason why we sometimes need to feel this is because the mind, the body, and the soul, the three of them, are willing to integrate and to go within and to seek within the answers in the subconscious. So if the mind and the soul, the body, soul, or the soul and the body, and the mind and the body, if two of the three bodies are trying to use all the energy and doing many things and trying to think about a lot of things and doing constantly, one of these three bodies will try to get into depression, to sleep, to rest. To sleep and to wake up is for the body the same thing as for the soul is to depress and to express. It's the same thing that for the spirit is to breathe in and breathe out. How life would be if we only exhale, if we only express, if we only wake up. The reason why we cannot live just by exhaling, expressing, and waking up is because otherwise we would be constantly wasting energy and we would have no way to recharge that energy. So to go within, to go to sleep, to depress, and to inhale is to recharge the battery, the energy. So depression cannot be healed. Depression can only be something you how do you say it? You help with. Accompany. Yeah, sorry. So depression is something you can only accompany. So someone that is afraid of water, you don't take him from the water. You teach that person to swim. So next time, if you feel the pressure, if you feel pressed, instead of trying to get out of it, just be aware that you are losing the meaning of everything in order to give a new meaning. The vibration for today is chu. Chu, chu. The statement for today is I am the creator's emptiness. The code for today is unconscious integration. And when I become aware of the universe that I am, the hard process of placing the unconscious plane begins. The soul, where all the uncontrollable attitudes are, the emotions, the inheritance from the past, the programming of the species, the race, culture, and family. I must integrate my past and my present for being free. For being free from them, in reality, learns how. For being free from them, in reality, learn how to use them as tools. So remember, these are the moments to look for the inner strength. So remember that next time when you feel depressed or when you see someone that is feeling depressed, don't put your intention on changing what I am feeling now, for example, myself. Because otherwise I would be polarizing myself. Feeling happy now, but tomorrow I will feel again exactly the same. So that's why we have to accompany these situations, not to try to change it. Okay, let's go to the alignment. I focus in my breathing. And I take my hands to my head and softly I start to massage from the crown, each part of the body towards the feet. I become aware of each part that I touch, reminding to the cells of my body that everything that I am doing is for its greater good. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and observe a beautiful forest around you. Begin to walk through the forest as you listen to the birds, the insects, going deeper and deeper within the forest with much more trees until it becomes a rainforest. In front of me, I contemplate the greatest and biggest tree of all, with huge branches covering everything, with all its leaves seeming to be the night, where in between of them I can see hundreds of lights like the stars coming from the light of the sun. I walk towards the tree and start to touch and caress the trunk and the roots until I lay down between of them. I observe the branches and leaves above me. And I touch the roots on my sides, recognizing myself as one of them. And so I recognize it. This tree is the tree of life, is the tree of creation, is the universe creator itself. Each one of its leaves is a world. Each one of its branches is a galaxy. There are many of its worlds, and I am one of them. Take a deep breath and start to feel how the mud between the roots starts to swallow your body softly from the feet to the head. Each extremity, each part of my body is getting swallowed by this mud. I feel my feet and legs under the mud, my arms and hands, my stomach, my chest, my neck, hair, mouth, ears. It's my nose and eyes. I recognize this process of depression, and at the same time I find myself contained, whole by the tree of life, of creation. I recognize that is here, under the earth and water, under the mud, that I find the possibility to absorb the nutrients that nourish the seed of light that lives within me, the seed that enlightens my own power of creation. And I resound, absorbing the nutrients in this depression. I am the Creator's emptiness. I am the Creator's emptiness. The Creator emptiness. And it is from this emptiness from where I become Creator. Take a deep breath. And slowly, I begin to bring this mud all over my body, here and now. By touching, caressing the body. I absorb all the nutrients of this wetland, this mud, humus, acknowledging I am human. And I come back here and now. Thank you everybody for being there, as always. And as every day, I see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye.